This video is about niche marketing. For most writers of memoir, it is perhaps inevitable that there is a time of a certain fantasy that their book will appeal to a very large audience and be very popular. Unless you are already famous like Michele Obama or writing about an experience that was in itself very well known, let's say a major flood, your book is not likely to interest a large audience that would make it into a bestseller. You can increase your chances of successful outreach if you face the reality that your book can become a good seller by addressing a specific niche audience. Harry Windsor will find a huge audience, but you probably will not outside of a niche that is waiting for your book. I don't mean for this to be a downer. In fact, I'm hoping to create the opposite effect. I believe my advice for your book outreach will open up an appreciative and responsive audience for you. I'm about to offer how you can help your book to find as large an audience as it is possible. Before we get into today's topic, however, I want to welcome you to the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel. I am Denis Ledoux, author of the classic granddaddy of memoir writing books, Turning Memories into Memoirs, and I am founder of the Memoir Network. Now, back to our topic of reaching as large an audience as possible. Before you start writing, or as you are writing, your memoir, ask yourself, who is likely to read this book you have in mind to spend months and even possibly years to write? Let's do this process with a fictitious book. Let's say you raised a Down syndrome child and now are writing about how it was so transformative for you in a very positive way to have this child. Who will be the audience for such a book? Will it be the people who are curious about Harry Windsor and Meghan Markle? Probably not. Your audience is likely to be made up of people who themselves have a Down syndrome child or who are employed in social services and spend their time assisting families and individuals with Down syndrome children, or perhaps these people are teachers of exceptionality. The fact is, your Down syndrome audience is likely to be limited, but it is also likely to be very deep. Your book can answer many questions that people have about the particular topic of your memoir. Here's an exercise to focus your book on the needs of your audience. Write down a list of questions and concerns that your audience is likely to have. Don't let yourself off the hook. Write at least 20 questions, and 40 would be even better, that your readers are likely to have. These questions and your answers to them will make your book a useful tool, a very well-received tool for its readers. As you are writing your memoir, you are, of course, being true to your own experience. But you are also attentive to answering your audience's questions and concerns as you have identified them. The experiences you choose to write about will be selected in part as answers to your readers' questions. Let's take just one topic. If a concern you have identified as important to your readers is choosing an early childhood education program for your Down syndrome child, you will pay some attention to your own experiences of finding such a program and how you made it work for your own child and for your family. You will not be quick about it and write, after extensive research, I found the right school for my Jonathan and then everything turned out fine. No. You will linger with your story. You will offer us applicable criteria for selecting a school for a Down syndrome child. You will talk about what to look for in school visits. You will help us to understand how you're able to help your child make the best school experience. You may also write about how you dealt with any naysayers in your environment, your parents, your friends. Writing about dead ends you went down can also help the reader to understand what he or she must now do. So It's easy to see how identifying your audience and answering their questions and concerns will help you to write a book that will speak to that audience. In turn, that will help your book to be a good seller. This, of course, is not a textbook that you are writing. It is a memoir. And as all memoirs, it will be based on your experience. As a piece of writing, it also needs to nurture such technical elements as character, action, setting, theme, point of view, and many of the other elements that I speak about extensively throughout the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel. If you would like to explore receiving help with your memoir on any aspect of memoir writing or publishing, know that we offer a 30-minute complimentary get-to-know-you coaching consultation. The link to a free consultation is in the description below. Oh, and before you go, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom left of this video. Subscribing assures this memoir writing content will appear on your YouTube homepage and recommendations bar. Check the description below for a link to this week's free video e-course. And remember, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard. Good luck writing your stories.